My intention was to come out with a new Drumosophy episode, albeit a shorter one, try to streamline all of my stuff and, you know, have a little bit more compact, more focused types of episodes. And I found the perfect one. It was taking 3 phrases under an ostinato and then flipping it every measure between your kick and your snare. It was based on the right, left sticking, and, well, I have to get better at just understanding that the world of drums are so big, but so kind of influenced by itself. I'm not even sure if that makes sense, but it is near impossible to have a specialty or to teach something without teaching something that someone else has taught before. I don't know. My schedule had me putting out a video 3 days after it came out, and I felt embarrassed. I felt embarrassed that like people would think that I copied stuff, or people think that like I'm trying to piggyback, which I'm not. But all of this stuff, it doesn't even matter. It just doesn't. Because if I find myself holding back the material that I want to release, then I won't release anything. And then, you know, none of this will change and nothing will grow, and I won't be adding to my body of work. And so I'm going to move forward. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but this is more for me than anything. I'm gonna try my best not to let my inner anxiety, my inner whatever, self-image, ego get in the way of just putting content out there that I wanted to put out there in the first place, because who cares, right? So here I am going to show you one thing, a couple of different ways, but oh gosh, I just played the pronoun game with this whole thing. Maybe it'll be a little bit more clear when I get into it. I've been working on quintuplets, septuplets, not for as long as some other people have, but you know, a while. And I'm trying to kind of break out of my own sort of box when it comes to the way that I practice quintuplets. And one of those things is taking, well gosh, I talk about this all the time, taking language or concepts that you play in 8th notes, 16th notes, triplets, whatever, and figuring out a way to play those same things in quintuplets. Well, the more people hear and see quintuplets, septuplets, or any uplet things, the more music is going to be based in those odd rhythms. And it may not take over, it may not be the next pop, but there will be more room for growth in this field, and we can only follow our interests. If you're genuinely interested in this type of thing, don't let anybody tell you that this stuff is useless, because it's not. So the whole concept is this. You have 5 3-note patterns. Right, left, left, 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 and it's going to be turned around by a tap 5 that is all even. So right, left, left, right, right. And so the second measure is going to be left, right, right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, right, right. I lost count. You could think about it as 6 of the right, left, lefts, or the left, right, rights, and then a double at the end, but there's a reason why I don't want you to think that way. Phrasing. The tap 5 is a 5-note pattern that a bunch of people in a bunch of different genres and different contexts use. The idea is that with 5 3-note patterns, if you're playing in 4/4, it's going to get you 3/4 of the way there. It's going to get you across 3 beats of quintuplet. So you still have a quintuplet beat to fill, which is why I don't see that as a 3-note pattern and then 2 notes. I see it as a complete 1-beat phrase. That way, and I haven't done this yet, but I'm working on this kind of thing right now, you can reorder all of the pieces to be whatever you want. You can do 2 3s, a 5, and then 3 3s, or whatever. But these modular little things that you can rearrange is what is meant by phrasing. It's what I mean by phrasing. It's what phrasing means. Now,
the French champagne.
I know all of those sentences were slightly different, but that's kind of the point. The cool thing about music as a language is that even though I'm conveying the same type of information with subtle differences, that's how you can think about these patterns too. When you arrange them or rearrange them in different orders, and as you feel them, as you hear them, expose yourself through practice with all of these possibilities, then A, you're more equipped to find the right possibility when the time comes, but you're also better prepared to express yourself. So, I'm going to play dan-da-ding, dan-da-ding, dan-da-ding on my ride cymbal, right? It's that 1-note space, 2-note space thing. And I love that. I know it's like overplayed, but it's only overplayed because people think it's 5 and that's all you need to play without necessarily exploring all of the kick drum placements and all of the things that you can do, the dynamics. It's also ripe for the picking. Like there's so much there that hasn't been explored. The right hand part is going to be played on the kick. The left hand part is going to be on the snare. You're going to play that hi-hat ostinato on the ride cymbal because we need the hi-hat to learn how to play quintuplets like quarter notes, right? We want to get used to that 5-note spacing and feel it just like a 4-note spacing. So it may be easier to sort of keep a duple thing with the hi-hat every 2 or every 4 notes or whatever. And to me it was easier, but eventually you have to sit down and say, okay, I have to address the hi-hat like you've addressed it in other things, hopefully. This is the last thing, I'm gonna let you go. So put it all together, this is what you got. Obviously, please take it slow. There's no reason to rush through it. Take your time. Explore where your kick drum or your snare drum wants to rush, or if there's flams happening. That's the beauty of practicing slow. Oh, this was another point. Please practice slow. When you practice slow, you are enhancing the fidelity of your practice. Let's think about resolution. Think about practicing fast as watching a video at like 480, 420, whatever that resolution is. Video like old school YouTube. And even though like, let's call 720 moderate, right? There's still some pixelation, and so you have like more information there, but perceptively, we can't tell what's going on. So in order to get the detail in our performances, we have to slow things down. Practicing something slow, like so slow that it takes some real effort to get the notes out, that's like 4K, crisp, like just, you can see everything, you can control things, everything is within your reach. You may mess up, but you have far more control and you can see everything. You can see what's coming. You have time to mentally prepare, and that's the beauty of practicing slow. It's only boring because you're not paying attention. I hope you enjoyed this one. Obviously, I'm changing some things around. I have some things in the works, so Thank you guys for watching. I'll talk to you guys soon. Oh yeah, one other thing. I'm in a couple of bands, and I'm surprised that I haven't really talked about this much. The music in this episode is from one of the bands that I'm in called Vintage Astronaut, and we have a record out. You can find it at mrhaircut.com. It is called Now is the Future, I think. I should really know that, right? That's John Ray on bass, Michael Kinchin on the keys, and yours truly on drums. I tend to like click track improvisational music, and it's all improvised. You get to hear me and what I actually sound like in all of my real human with flaws glory. Hopefully you get to hear some of the ideas that you've heard me present here, and please let me know what you think. For real this time, I'll talk to you soon.